Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about the meet and greet step in more detail. Often considered a very quick step, this is actually a process that requires preparation both mentally and a proper technique before you shake hands with your new customer. Often, we're trained that the meet and greet is just a handshake and a prefabricated greeting that we give to the customer with a smile, and that's about it. But let's dig a little bit more in detail what it really entails. The meet and greet step of the selling system, it's your only chance to make a first impression, so the objective of the step is to make the best first impression. What does that take? First, we gotta look at ourselves. Number one, are we properly dressed? Are we representing our dealership and ourselves in a manner that makes a great impression? It's our head straight. Often people have other issues that are not related to work that can affect mentally and psychologically the way that we interact with customers. We must be aware of these situations and learn to act or handle our problems, because eventually this will affect you in making that good impression. Your body language, your speech patterns, your vision language, yes. Your eyes can speak too. We often believe and we can make a determination of a person's character during the first seconds when we meet them, and we make a decision whether we are going to relate to them or not. And that's why it's important for us to be psychologically, mentally prepared for this moment. If we understand every step as a specific objective to get you to the point where it gives you the opportunity to close the sale, that's why it's called the road to a sale. So let's talk about the objective of the meet and greet step. Let's talk about the process of performing a successful meet and greet and what's our ultimate goal. The ultimate goal for a successful meet and greet situation with your customer is to ease into the next step, which is need analysis or qualifying, whichever way you call it, at your dealership, and allow you to have enough rapport with the customer for you to start asking the questions that you need and be able to select the right vehicle for them. Let's analyze the scenario and put it in perspective for you in both your views and the customer's view. If you were the customer, what do you think are their thoughts the moment that they arrive at your dealership? Are they fearful of what's going to happen in the next few hours? Do they have predisposed opinions of you without knowing you? Do they remember the last experience they had at your or any other dealership? And we can go on and on about their feelings, fears, and what they expect when they arrive at the dealership. Very few are going to have their positive, relaxed home attitude arriving at your dealership before they meet you. If you understand the mental state that most of your customers arrive before getting to know you, you will understand now how important the meet and greet is in order for you to be successful and have the opportunity to go longer in your sales process during that visit. And that is why you have to prepare just as hard for this step as for any other step. On the other hand, we have what you feel. Yes, you also have fears of what is going to happen. You have pressure, you have stress, this is your time to shine, your managers are looking at you, your peers are looking at you, and your family is dependent on you, depending on this moment. So of course you have fears, but remember, the only reason you have fears is because you're not prepared. With that scenario in mind, now we know it is not an easy step, but rather more complicated than originally thought. It's very common in our business to see salespeople basically getting shot down right at the meet and greet by customers who express their fears to them when they first meet. And common examples of this is to see a salesperson smile and extend their hand, give their name, and a customer quickly telling them, "I'm just looking today. I just want your best price. I don't want to test drive. I just want to get the price." And unfortunately, most of them are not prepared to handle the situation. And think of how many we've lost out on the lot without a manager turnover. That's why it's so important to train constantly and know how and why we need to perform a proper meet and greet. That's why it's so important to train handling the objections that can happen during the meet and greet in order to reach the objective, which is to move on to the next step. Is not to sell a car, but rather is to move on to our next step, need analysis and consulting. Without that, you're only going to be engaged in a price negotiation. And we know no one wins in that situation. Oftentimes, we complain about customers that just come into the dealership to waste their time, to kick tires, to shop around. But have you given any thought that these situations could have been handled properly by being prepared? And to understand that this step also has objections, and those objections need to be answered to enable us to move on to the next step. We need to prepare daily. Not just this step, obviously, all the steps we must train. We have to practice. You have to commit yourself to master every step of your selling process to get to the finish line more often. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, this will help you get one more sale today or this month, because every sale counts. Have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe and give us a like.